Hello and welcome to Seattle. I have literally just arrived. I've just got off a 10-hour flight, but I'm in Seattle for work. I'm here for the Amazon Accelerate conference, which is Amazon's biggest conference of the year. And yeah, basically I'm at the Sheraton Grand Seattle, but let me show you around. I started my first evening in Seattle with a famous Top Pot donut. I really enjoyed this. And then I walked up to the Space Needle. I had to see the Space Needle. I've been wanting to go for years. I also really wanted to go to the Chihuly Gardens thingy, but it was $30 and then it was only open for another hour, so I did not do that. But I'm glad I didn't, because I came across this really cute little concert in the grounds, and it was like a Hawaiian Polynesian cultural concert, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. It was so nice just sitting there listening to the music. I loved it. So I sat there for maybe an hour listening to the music, and then went for a little wander around the rest of the gardens. And it was just so cute. There were people everywhere. It was so lovely. The weather was perfect. And then I walked around past the Museum of Pop Culture, and this is the coolest building ever. Like, it looks ridiculously cool in person. And then I went for dinner. I had Mexican food, which was great. And after a very good night's sleep, I went for breakfast at Bacco Cafe, and then wandered down to the public market, which is the really famous market in Seattle. I was obsessed with all this seafood. I wish I could have tried some of it, but alas, I could not. But after walking through the public market, I then had to get to work and go to the conference center to set up for the conference the day before it all kicked off. So this was our swag station, and I just did like a walkthrough of the venue, and then I went over to see our booth, and they were still setting it all up, so I got all the swag out and sorted. And then in the evening we went for dinner and drinks, and I was obsessed with this bar. It was so beautiful. So I fueled up in the morning with the most amazing breakfast at Hart and The Hunter. The French toast was absolutely incredible. Like, this was my favourite meal of my whole trip to Seattle. It was that good. Then the conference officially started, and my boss, the CEO of the company I work for, he was on the main stage with a big announcement. And then there was just fun things happening through the day, like this fish throwing. There was like this cool photo booth, which I helped organise, and then there was also this amazing band. In the evening was the big event that I had been planning for ages. I spent months planning this dinner for some of our top sellers, and we went to Canlis, which is a famous restaurant in Seattle. We had their penthouse. Look at the views. Like, the views from this place are stunning. We had a pianist, we had a beautiful dinner. It was just amazing. I was so happy with it. And then after another busy day of conference time, it was time for the block party. And honestly, hats off to my colleagues and Marco for organising this, because it was insane. Like, they hired out the whole of the Space Needle area and the Space Needle, and there were food trucks. Everything was like unlimited and free. There was entertainment. We were able to go up in the Space Needle, and we went up at golden hour, and it was stunning. Like, the views were absolutely incredible. I was in awe. This was probably my favourite moment of the entire trip. It was just so beautiful. I think it was also the first time that it really sunk in just how much work we'd put in the past few months in planning the conference, and it just felt so good to finally be here and it almost be over. A few of us finished the evening at the Pink Door with some cocktails and live music, and it was so beautiful. I love this place. Hello, I'm back. So I'm still at the Sheraton Grand, but I wanted to give you a few thoughts. Okay, so all in all, love the hotel, great location. Not sure about Seattle. I'm not the biggest fan of it, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of homeless or unhoused people, which is really sad, but they're all I mean, my colleagues and I have seen many of them taking drugs in broad daylight, which is just really sad. In London, we don't really have that because we have a National Health Service and mental health assistance and hostels and homeless shelters and a lot of help. Here, it seems as if they've just been abandoned and left to kind of, I don't know, get on with it. It's really sad. So yeah, that part of Seattle I was not expecting. I'm going to go back to the conference. I'm just checking out now. I'm gonna leave my bags downstairs, and then my throat is so sore from talking for the past 4 days non-stop, and I'm losing my voice. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the conference, finish up there, and head to the airport and get my flight to Salt Lake City. And that one is going to be an exciting one because I'm staying at the Grand America Hotel, which is Salt Lake City's like really famous hotel. So keep an eye out for that room tour, and I'll be back soon. Bye. After finishing everything I needed to finish at the conference, I actually had to go over to one of our offices, and this office is in the biomes, and these biomes are like super famous in Seattle. Amazon built them, and it's like this whole little ecosystem, and it's just incredible. I was in awe. I wish we had this in London because, oh, you walk in and it feels so fresh. But actually you can, if you're a member of the public, it opens to the public, I think once a month on maybe the first or second Sunday of the month. So it's worth checking out if you're visiting Seattle. Then I had to get my bags from the hotel, jump in a taxi and get my flight. I was so lucky that my flight was at sunset, so I got the most amazing views over Seattle as I flew. But you know what, like, Seattle has its flaws. I enjoyed some of the food places. I love the Space Needle, but I would not be in a rush to return. That's my honest opinion. I was left slightly disappointed with it as a city, but it is what it is. I'm glad for the experience. Anyway, thanks for watching. I have a bunch of videos coming up, so make sure you hit subscribe, like this video, and I will see you soon. Bye!